Guys, welcome back to Relaxed Running. Now, this time, every single season, players and coaches start asking the questions. All right, how can we be the best team we possibly can be next year? Now, obviously, in a game like football, there's the team element to it. How's the team going to function together? There's making sure you get your hands on the ball. You're making sure that part of your game is refined. But a beautiful foundation for a good football team is a really solid running foundation. But the truth is, not a lot of clubs have the confidence, the expertise, or the time to be able to plan a pre-season running training plan effectively. So in this video, I want to go through a couple of the key strategies that you and your team should be focusing on to make sure that every player, regardless of their position, regardless of their fitness level, are doing to give them the best opportunity come round one and beyond to outrun their opposition. So if that's what you're looking for, hang around. We're going to go through a few of those steps in just a moment. All right, the first thing you're going to want to put into place is a plan. If you don't have a plan, if there's no direction, if you don't know where it is that you're trying to get to, how the heck do you navigate your way to there? It's really difficult to do it. So at Relaxed Running, our membership focuses on 3 elements of the build up to round 1. We have phase 1, which is just laying the foundation, quite easy, quite slow, quite relaxed, building more of an aerobic base, a nice foundation to build the rest of the season upon. The second part, phase 2, is the training element where we start to gradually increase a little shorter, faster work, a little bit less recovery, a little bit higher pace, still not super intense. This goes from about November to very early January. Then the third phase, we start the Relaxed Running. We're known for our chart, which is a progressive overload style training where as you start to run faster, your recovery starts to get shorter and shorter. So it gives you the ability to not only mimic AFL fitness really nicely, but also take your personal fitness to a whole new level and gradually do it in steps. You're not just trying to jump from A to Z in one step. You've got a nice progression towards that. So if you're stuck for a plan, you don't know where to go, we've got clubs and coaches from all around Australia using that model. You can check that out at relaxedrunning.com/AFL. Just a really good step to help navigate your way through a lot of the guesswork that you'll otherwise have to dig through. The second thing is you're going to need a combination of 3 different factors: aerobic, speed endurance, and just flat out speed. The old school, hey, let's just go for a 10K run. Great foundation builder, not great in terms of replicating that football fitness. You don't want to be the best jogger on the field through a game of football. You want to be able to run out a game of footy and do it with speed and do it consistently until the latter stages of a match. So many teams in the last quarter get run over because they haven't been able to develop a really strategic and gradual build up in their program to get them to a solid fitness level. So if you can do those 3 things, aerobic, speed endurance, which is what we focus on, it's called the chart at Relaxed Running. Essentially, it's just those shorter, faster interval styles of running, and then some flat out 100-meter sprints as well. You don't need to be the fastest player on your team to be seen as a fast player in the latter stages of a match. I'm a perfect example of that. When I was playing footy, so many people came up to me after the last quarter and was like, "Tyson, you've got some incredible speed." I said, "Thank you." Didn't want to tell them that the truth was, if you lined me up for a flat out 100-meter sprint with the rest of my team, I would have finished somewhere midfield. My benefit was I had an understanding of speed, endurance, and how to train for it. So even the fastest boys on the field, if they were matched up with me in that last quarter, they had a tough run to beat me to the ball because I had that ability to outrun a lot of people. Now, that's the beauty of running. You can develop that. You can train that. You just need to know how to structure it. So that's one of our big focuses here at Relaxed Running. The third step is such an obvious one, which we just take for granted, and that is consistency. There's so many clubs come out this time of the year and smash themselves, finish the sessions on their hands and their knees, and then get around each other and go, "Hey, well done, boys." And while I'm a massive fan of really hard work and making sure you're putting in that hard work, and even injecting a couple of those sessions where everyone finishes on their hands and their knees, they should only have their place from time to time. It's not the one and only approach to training. Now, the reason I say this under consistency is because you can do that once, even twice, or for a couple of weeks, but plateaus come real quick when you start approaching your training like that. I'm more about that longevity. Hey, not only do we want to get you through to round 1, fit, healthy, ready to outrun your team, we've got to nurture that, because then after round 1, we've got a long season to lead you up to the most important time of the year, which is Futures final. So make sure that your plan includes some strategic breaks, some backing off of the intensity, and just the ability for your players to be able to absorb that work that you're putting into them. The fourth thing is personalized coaching. Now, obviously, it's a big job to be able to just write a personal training plan for every player on your team, and you don't necessarily need to, but to give that player, or to give every player, an opportunity to speak to someone about their own personal struggles with the training, where they're finding breakthroughs, where they feel they're limited, what they feel would be a more effective running program for them to insert into their training program, just to be able to give them an element of confidence in as to why they're doing the work that they are. Hey, midfielders aren't going to have the same running program as what a full forward is in most cases, and vice versa. So make sure you've got someone to offer a more personalized coaching plan for each and every player. If you don't have that, you don't have access to it, come and jump over with me. I've got a link in the description below, as well as a 15% discount code off your annual membership. You and I can develop a one-on-one coaching thread that works in line with your team's training plan, or if you're a member of Relax Running, with the Relax Running training plan. So hey, have the training program with a plan, but then have someone to be able to bounce ideas off as to what you think could be changed and adjusted according to how you're finding that training. And lucky last, one thing that we overlook in our enthusiasm getting back into our preseason training is just that simple element of recovery. Don't just smash yourself. Don't just keep going and going and going and going. I spoke about this briefly in a previous point. You've got to strategically aim to give yourself a little bit of a pullback. Maybe it's in having a few days off, or maybe it's in decreasing the intensity of the training at certain times throughout the year. One of the most important elements of developing your running training is making sure that you're giving your body a chance to actually absorb that running training. So, hey, if you're stuck, reach out, click the link in the description below. I'm more than happy to work with you. If you've just got questions you want answered, whack them in the comments below. More than happy to answer those as well. But guys, as you get ready, as you prepare throughout October, November, December, January, all the way through to March, really hoping that all goes well for your training. And as I said, if there's any way I can help, just yell out.